Okay guys, here we have a word problem dealing with a piecewise function. So why don't we go ahead and read the problem and then we'll talk about how we're going to set it up. It says a college charges different fees according to the number of credit hours. The fee scale is modeled by the piecewise function where x is the number of credit hours. Okay, so here we have our piecewise function. X represents the number of credit hours that you're taking. Okay, so depending on how many credit hours you have, that's going to determine which function you're going to use. Okay. So if we look to the right here, it says 1 and 2, and then it's telling us what they want. So let's go ahead and read this to the right. It says the admin plans on increasing fees by 20% for the fall semester. Okay? And then it says for 2, college plans to add $85 admin fee to each enrollment for spring. Okay? Then it wants us to do the following. It says, write a new piecewise function for the spring semester. So here is our original function. They want us to rewrite this to represent the spring semester. So in order to do that, we're going to have to take into account these two changes, okay, that are taking place. And we're going to go right in order here. We're going to start with the fall and then work our way down to the spring. Okay, so the first change here is the admin plans on increasing fees by 20%. So think about percents, all right, go back and think about how you do percents, right? So if you had $80, I'm just picking a random number, and I wanted to do a 20% markup here. Well, I'm just going to multiply by 1.20, right? And that's going to be a 20% markup. So we're going to do the same thing here with our piecewise function. So let's talk about how we're going to write this. So our function for the fall, so we can say here f fall, okay, is going to equal 1.20 times our function. Okay? And that will give us the new function for the fall. Now notice, okay, our rules are going to be unchanging here. Remember, our x here represents our credit hours. That's not going to change. The only thing that's going to change here are our fees, okay? So our rules are going to be unchanging. So when I go through this, I'm actually just going to write out the function without the rules, and we'll save that for the end, okay? Because the rules will be unchanging. Okay, so that's what we're going to do here. So let's go ahead and perform this operation. Okay, so for the fall, we'll have the following. Okay, we're going to multiply this by 1.20. Okay, so we get 1.20 times 105x. Okay, here we get 1.20 times 1290. Okay, and then we get 1.20 times, okay, so we have 160 x minus 18, and then plus 1300, okay? And that's what we're going to have. And again, our rules will be unchanging. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to go ahead and just perform these operations out. So all you're going to do here is 1.20 times 105, right? And you're going to get 126 here. Okay, so I'll have 126x, and I'm going to rewrite this. So I'm going to go ahead and start rewriting this, and then I will be right back. All right, guys, so I went ahead and rewrote our function for the fall here. Again, all we had to do was multiply each one by 1.20, so I did that here. Just be careful with this guy here. Remember, this whole part right here is going to be considered one term, so you only have to distribute this 1.20 one time. Okay, so I said 1.20 times 160, I got 192. I'm leaving that x minus 18 as is, okay? And then same thing, you distribute 1.20 to 1300 and you get 1560, okay? And I just went ahead and wrote the rules right here. Okay, so we're almost done here. We now just have to take into account the new fee for the spring, right? And that will give us the function for the spring. So let's go ahead and erase this. And let's read number 2. It says, the college plans to add $85 admin fee to each enrollment for spring. Okay, so all you have to do here, again, your rules are not changing. Remember, this is representing credit hours. We just have to add 85 to each one of these, all right? And that will be it. So let's go ahead and do that. So our function for the spring will be the following. All right, so if we do 126x plus 85. Okay, and again, these aren't like terms, so we can't combine them. Here we have 1548 plus 85. Those are like terms, so we can combine those. So 1548 plus 85, and we're going to get 1633. So we get 1633. All right, same thing here. Just combine your like terms here. So this will remain the same. We have 192, and we have x minus 18, and then plus 1560, right? But again, we're adding 85, so 1560 plus 85, and we get 1645. So we get 1645, so plus 1645. Okay, let's just go ahead now and write our rules in here, and then we will be done with this problem. Okay, so we'll write our rules, again, staying the same, unchanging. So if, like the following. So again, what this says, if your credit hours, okay, are greater than 0, but less than 12, okay, this is the function you're going to use for the spring. All right, let's see the next one. So again, if your credit hours are greater than or equal to 12, but less than or equal to 18, this is what you're going to be using for the spring. Okay. And our last one, again, if your credit hours are going to be greater than 18, then this is the function that you need to use for the spring. All right, and this problem is now complete.